This is more poems of Kabir, the experience. Sakhis of Kabir. Vaudeville. It's almost raining. Poem 9. When I was, Harry was not. Now here he is, and I am no more. All darkness vanished when I saw the lamp within my heart. The effulgence of the Supreme Being is beyond the imagination. Ineffable is His beauty. To see it is the only proof. Imagination, anumana. To see it is the only proof. Paravana. Such splendor cannot be grasped by means of anumana, inference, guess. Paravana. The only acceptable proof or evidence is direct vision, pratyaksa, as opposed to anumana. The effulgence of the Supreme Being is beyond the imagination, and ineffable is His beauty. To see it is the only proof. It was a good thing the hail fell on the ground, for it lost its own selfhood, melting it, turned into water, and rolled down to the pond. Hail, to that which the jiva is here compared, is really nothing but water. The one reality, God, once it had fallen to the ground, once the jiva was incarnated in a human body through the experience, it lost the consciousness of its own falsely assumed identity and was reabsorbed into the one. Melt water is to one. It's like a piece of hail. It was a good thing the hail fell on the ground, for it lost its own self with melting and turned into water and rolled down to the pond. Him whom I went out to seek, I found just where I was. He now has become myself, whom before I called another. In the unattainable, the inaccessible, there shines the light. There Kabir has brought his homage where merits and sins cannot reach. Light, joti, like in joti meditation, which refers to the divine light, which the Quran calls nur. Allah is the light of the heavens and earth. There Kabir has brought his homage where merits and sins cannot reach. The bird has flown to the sky where its body remained in a strange land. There the bird drinks without a beak and has forgotten this country. The liberation of the soul, the bird through mystical experience, is expressed here in terms of alluring to the tantric sadhana. The bird which has flown to the sky has taken the place of the kundalini shakti, which rises along the susumna nadi up to the sky, known as Gangan mandala, situated within the skull. Through this process, the yogi reaches the supreme stage of sahaja and becomes totally estranged from the samsara. Only the appearance of his body remains in the foreign land, in this world. The bird has flown to the sky while its body remained in the strange land. There the birds drinks without a beak and has forgotten this country. Love lit up the cage of the body, and eternal flame sprung up. The light of the spiritual awareness. Doubt vanished, joy awoke when I met my beloved spouse. My mind entered the unmani stage. Heaven was scaled. Where moonlight shines without a moon, there dwells Niranjan, invisible king. That's a term, niranjana, kind of noted by Tiwari. The whole line found in gorakh, bani. Especially the nath, panthi vocabulary. Niranjan, niranjan is not found elsewhere in the Rajasthani collection of Sakhis, but it is found in the padas, where it is put in Nama, Navdev's, and Natma Kabir's mouth. The light of niranjan, so niranjana. There dwells in Niranjan, the invisible king. The mana stage is unmani. Mana, raga, unmana, sa, mana. Manas attached itself to unman. It entered into the unmani stage, which is identical with satya. Water turned into ice. Then the ice itself melted. And all that was has become himself. What is there left now to say? Surati was reabsorbed into nirati. Japa into a japa. The visible into the invisible, and the self into the self. Nirati. Surati and nirati, technical terms of tantric yoga. So is a japa, nirati, surati, nirati. Surati, and it was reabsorbed into nirati, japa into a japa, the visible into the invisible, and the self into the self. When I found the true one, joy was born, and the river of my heart overflowed. All sins were easily washed away. While I attained my Lord's presence, Kabir has seen the one, the inaccessible, whose glory is ineffable, that luminous being, that spouse who is paras. He was enclosed in my eyes, without foundation, the temple without body, the deity. There Kabir has remained attached to the service of the invisible. The idol in that temple is teeny as a mustard seed. Where within are the leaves, within the flowers, within is the purjari. Kabir. The radiance of the infinite is like the rising of the host of suns. Near her spouse, the wife woke up and she contemplated the wonder. Kabir, the mind has become a bee, which has found its eternal dwelling, that lotus which blooms without water. God's servants alone can see. Fickle bee symbolizes the mind. The lotus blooming without water refers to the sahasrara chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus situated within the skull. The blooming of the lotus symbolizes the yogi's attainment of the sahaja state. Mind, the bee is the mind. Kabir, the mind has become a bee, which has found its eternal dwelling. That lotus which blooms without water, God's servants alone can see. A lotus has what? I'm reading. A lotus has blossomed within where Brahma makes his dwelling. The bee-like mind was there enclosed, but few will understand. Though there is neither ocean nor shell nor a drop of savati rain that has Kabir, yet the pearl was born in the fortress whose summit is the void. Should be done.
You didn't go to see the balcony from underneath there.
No.
To see how dangerous it is. And you're supposed to sit down here.
Sit down here. Within the body, the inaccessible was found, to the inaccessible a path. Dear, I don't know if it stopped raining or not. When I'm done here, within the body, the accessible is found within the accessible up path. Yeah.
Is this from our bathroom?
Susumna nadi. Says Kabir, I obtained the experience when the Guru showed me the way. The sun merged into the moon, and both dwelled in one house together. Then was the longing of my mind fulfilled. So fortunate was my fate. Crossing the boundary, I entered the boundless. I took my dwelling in the void, in that palace, which the Munis cannot reach. There I have my repose. See what has happened to Kabir. So fortunate was his fate. He whose fanchon the Munis cannot reach, the invisible one has become my friend. It's so long, I thought. When love lit up the cage, my soul was flooded with light. My mouth became fragrant with musk, perfuming all my words. Surati was reabsorbed in nirati. If you give me 5-10 minutes, we can walk. Surati was reabsorbed in nirati. Nirati remained unsupported from surati and nirati. The experience was born, and then the gate opened by itself. I had come into this world in many forms there were to see, says Kabir. O saints, I caught sight of the incomparable form. Embracing him with open arms is of no avail if the mind is not bound firmly. Says Kabir, there is no true union, so as long as the two bodies remain distinct on that day when false creation was not yet, when there was neither market nor highway. For an immobilization of the mind. This should be done soon. I don't know, it's long. Then Kabir, Ram's servant, was already looking over the inaccessible past. Through contact with her, I attained the peace, delusion and suffering vanished. Day and night I experienced an ocean of bliss when the self was manifested within. Japa. He whom I went to seek has come to meet me. Impure is the wife and immaculate the husband now. How then can I touch his feet? Within the body the mind is at peace. Adventures no longer outside. The flame has turned into water. The scorching blaze is quenched. I found reality and forgot the body. When my mind was fixed in meditation, suffering was over. I found repose. When I bathed in the void, Suna, bathed in amrta oozing from the sahasrara. Kabir, when my mind was set firm, I obtained the all-powerful Lord as my reward. While I was searching the ocean, the diamond fell into my hand. Converting, my mind found the river and washed and scrubbed itself clean. In vain one searches for the depths. Thou art the plenitude of mercy. In the pure waters of Lake Mansarovar, the haunts of birds sport liberated. They pick up pearls, never will they fly again away. The thunder resounds in the sky, ambrosia trickles down, the plantain tree and the lotus are in bloom. There Kabir brings his homage, as do only the few true devotees. Kabir, the lotus has bloomed, pure sun has risen, the night's darkness has vanished, the anahat trumpet sounds. Kabir, when the sabda has entered the body, the lute resounds without strings. Inside and outside it pervades all, and all wanderings are over. Sabda, inner revelation. Anahat, soft, stringed instrument known as veena. Stringless lute. In the sky is a well, upside down. In the hotel stands the water jar, very few. Hums the birds, drink its water, few indeed know its mystery. Now it has come to pass that my name has become priceless. That which till now was but cheap glass, rolling here and there. The mind attached itself to the unman, and the unman stuck to the mind. It's salt.